All right, so we can talk about the science of nutrition all day long, but we have to apply it at some point. And Katie and I both get a lot of questions about basically just what do you eat? A lot of times I have a hard time helping people with that because I'm a bigger guy, so I get more calories, so I can fit in more fun foods, more calorie dense foods because I have a bigger budget. So if you think of your macros as a budget, then mine's bigger than most people's is going to be, particularly because we work with a lot of women, and men usually can eat more calories than women anyway. So we're going to take a look at what Katie eats for a whole day. She just finished a pretty big cut. She cut down from 158 down to about 137 pounds for a powerlifting meet. So that's a significant amount of weight. If you think of it percentage-wise, 20 pounds is a lot for someone that weighs less than 160 to start with. So right now, your calories are how many a day?
About 1350.
1350 a day, okay? And that's not much. That's pretty much as low as most people are going to want to go. If you're really small and a little bit older, you might be lower than that, but that's pretty low. So before we get into showing you what she eats for every meal throughout a day, and we're going to show all that on video, what did you do to lose the weight?
So I tracked my macros. I started around 16 or 1700 calories, and every week or a couple of weeks when my body weight hit a plateau, I'd reduce them probably 50 to 100 calories, just depending on, how much of a plateau I'd been in, or, as I got closer to the competition date where I had to make weight, I had to drop my calories a little bit more.
So what do you guys notice about what she said? All nutrition, right?
Yep.
How much did your training change?
My training really didn't change that much. I was still training 4 days a week. I didn't do any extra cardio, no extra
Well, time
workouts.
out. You didn't do any cardio.
I didn't do any cardio.
She didn't do extra cardio. She didn't do cardio, period. So you only lifted weights.
Yep.
Did you do any circuit training?
Nope.
Did you do any high intensity intervals?
Nope. Just Tabata, which is the 4 minutes at the end of a workout.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even every single program.
Right. Steps?
Hit 10,000 steps a day, on average.
Fiber?
About 15 to 20 grams towards the end, but I tried to aim for about 25 grams when my calories were higher.
So you would say you lost 20 pounds of weight just by lifting weights and monitoring your nutrition.
Pretty much.
Did you cut out carbs?
No.
Did you cut out fats?
Nope.
Did you cut out processed foods?
Nope.
Okay. Well, let's see what you eat for a day.
Eggs. Well, 1 whole egg, 1 egg white, 2 slices of bacon, a slice of Ezekiel toast, and 50 grams of blackberries.
And for those that don't know, what is Ezekiel toast and where do you get it?
You can get it at pretty much any grocery store, but it looks like this. And it's just a whole grain bread.
Cool.
It's high in fiber. It's flourless.
It also tastes like cardboard, in my opinion.
Aren't you supposed to do like salt bay? How does that work?
If you want, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not filming in slow motion, so. What do you eat for breakfast, Loki?
Sauce.
In case you guys are wondering, this is the greatest sauce known to man. The raspberry chipotle. We get it at Shaw's supermarket. I have not been able to find it anywhere else. What was the hardest part of the cut?
Probably just like I just couldn't eat whatever I wanted and still hit my macros. When my calories are higher, I can usually track something and then make the rest of my day work, even though most of the time I do track ahead of time the night before. But I couldn't just decide on a whim to go out to dinner with friends and still hit my macros. I had to be very particular about the food combinations that I ate so that I actually hit the macros and the total calories.
Yeah, a lot of people think that flexible dieting, meaning it doesn't matter how you hit your macros, where it doesn't matter where the food comes from. A lot of people think it's just eating junk food, But in reality, I mean, if you're trying to eat a lot of protein and not a ton of carbs or fats, then you're gonna have to eat some more whole foods and less processed food.
Yeah, I ate a lot of salads for lunch so that I could eat like a normal dinner, a bigger dinner, and have like steak and potatoes and a vegetable or something like that.
You ate potatoes?
I ate potatoes.
Were they white?
They were white.
Oh my god, how did you not get fat?
Macros.
So what are we having for lunch?
Lunch is a salad, lettuce, cucumber, carrots, pepperoni, chicken, my favorite dressing, feta dill. It has 4.5 fat, 2 carbs, and 2 protein. Some croutons.
Okay. And what are the macros on it?
Macros on the entire meal are 40 protein, 22 carbs, and 12 fat. The total calories 354.
All right.
And I'm gonna have to eyeball my dressing and the croutons because I don't have a scale or measuring cups with me. So.
All right. The entire internet wants to see you eat this whole thing. Explain to everybody what volume foods are.
Volume foods are foods that take up a lot of space. They'll probably help you stay full longer, but they're not very calorically dense. So a lot of fruits and vegetables are great high volume foods. That's why I'm eating a salad. I can eat more food and eat less calories. Then I can have a bigger meal that I'll really enjoy later on. Like I think tonight I'm having chicken tostadas with guacamole and cheese. So having the salad affords me the macros to do that. We're making dinner. Making chicken tostadas with these corn tortillas, this guacamole, some salsa, and some pre-cooked chicken, and some queso dip.
What are we doing now?
All right, so I'm measuring out my guacamole. I put this container on the scale. I hit zero, or the tare function to zero it out. And now I'm just gonna take out 1 ounce out of this container and put it on my tostadas. And I already have about half an ounce on that first one. And that's about 1 full ounce total between the two of them. So that's that. Measured out my chicken and my queso, which is on this grill top. So I'm just gonna scoop that off and divide it between the two tostadas. I'm gonna get the scale out again and just measure out my salsa. And I'm gonna have a serving of this, which is 30 grams. So, zeroing out the scale, changing it to grams, and I'm just gonna scoop out about 15 grams for the first tostada, and another 15 grams for the other one.
So for people who don't know, when you have a good food scale, it has a zero function on it. So you put whatever you're measuring on the scale and then you zero it out. So if Katie wants to take 100 grams out of the container, then she just scoops it out until the scale reads -100. So instead of putting like your plate on the scale and then adding 100 grams onto the plate, you can just put the thing you're measuring on the scale and pull 100 grams out of it.
The plan is, this week I have off, just take a little rest, and
From training, not from macros.
Not from macros, still following the macros. Nutritionally, I'm gonna start, or I have already started a reverse diet. So basically what that means is I'm increasing my total caloric intake in small increments. I think my strategy is going to be to increase it about 30 to 50 calories once every 2 to 3 weeks. So basically I'm retraining my metabolism to eat more food. I can't just go back to eating 1,600 or 1,700 calories every day. Well, I could, but I'll risk gaining body fat, and I don't want to do that. So I weighed about 139 this morning, so I'll probably I expect to gain maybe up to about 10 pounds, but I'd like to be more like 145.
So the mistake a lot of people make is when they reach their goal body weight, they just end their diet. And because they've been working so hard and dieting so hard and being so strict, they just let themselves go and do whatever they want. But when you diet down, you suppress your metabolism. So you become more sensitive to weight gain because your metabolism is not working as efficiently. So you have this kind of, I don't want to say broken, but not great metabolism, and then you go on a free-for-all and you start eating a ton more calories and you can gain weight pretty fast.
Yeah, but that's like the problem with so many diets is like people don't pay attention to really the aftercare after a diet.
Right.
And that's why reverse dieting is so important.
What do you have for a beverage this evening?
Water and wine. So I originally had planned to have an apple for a snack, and I didn't get around to it. So I don't normally have a drink. I don't normally have a glass of wine at night on a weekday, but I was so restrictive during my cut. I thought, why not? Let's just have a glass of wine. It fits in my macros because I didn't have the apple. Attracted towards carbs. It's about a 5-ounce glass and has about 125 calories. And so for tracking that, I tracked it towards carbs. For every gram of carbs, there are 4 calories. So I took the total amount of calories and divided it by 4. And that leaves me with about 20 something carbs that it's tracked towards. So it's accounted for.
Cool.